Are you holding on to things that no longer serve you after 70? What if letting go could bring you more peace, happiness, and even better health? As we age, we sometimes find ourselves holding on to things that weigh us down, whether it's physical clutter, old emotional baggage, or even outdated ways of thinking. Many seniors unknowingly carry unnecessary burdens that hinder their ability to fully enjoy life in their later years. But here's the good news. Letting go of these things can lighten your load and help you embrace the freedom and joy you deserve. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to let go of to make room for a more fulfilling, peaceful, and vibrant life. Stay tuned as we explore the 8 things you should release after 70. Thing number 1, the need for everyone's approval. As we age, we often find ourselves reflecting on the past and what others may have thought of us. But constantly worrying about others' opinions can be exhausting and unnecessary. For many people, seeking approval becomes a lifelong habit, whether it's from family, friends, or even strangers. The truth is, chasing approval never leads to lasting fulfillment. It can leave us feeling drained, stressed, and stuck in a cycle of trying to meet expectations that may not even align with our true desires. Take the story of Margaret, a 78-year-old woman who spent most of her life worrying about what others thought. She always tried to please everyone around her, be it her children, her neighbors, or even acquaintances. At family gatherings, she would overexert herself to make sure everyone was happy and comfortable, often at the expense of her own well-being. One day, after a conversation with a close friend, Margaret had an epiphany. She didn't need to be for everyone anymore. Letting go of the need for constant approval allowed her to reclaim her time and energy, focusing more on the things that brought her joy. Margaret's transformation didn't happen overnight, but gradually she began to prioritize her own happiness and peace. She stopped saying yes to every request that came her way and learned to set boundaries. With each step, she felt lighter and more liberated, realizing that the opinions of others no longer held the power they once did. Instead, she embraced self-acceptance, understanding that it's okay to live for herself after so many years of living for others. Self-acceptance is a powerful tool, especially as we get older. It's about embracing who we are, with all of our experiences, imperfections, and quirks. When we let go of seeking external validation, we open ourselves up to a deeper sense of inner peace. We no longer measure our worth based on what others think or expect from us. Instead, we find satisfaction in the simple joys of life, whether that's pursuing a new hobby, enjoying quiet moments of reflection, or just being content with who we've become. So ask yourself, are you living for someone else's approval, or are you embracing your true self? The journey towards self-acceptance doesn't have to be complicated. It just requires a willingness to let go of the constant need for external validation. Prioritize your inner peace, and you'll find that the approval you truly need comes from within. Thing number 2, clutter and unused possessions. As we get older, it's easy to accumulate a lifetime's worth of belongings, from old furniture to decades of sentimental items. But all these possessions can quickly become more of a burden than a blessing. Excess clutter not only takes up valuable space, but it also creates physical and mental stress. When you're surrounded by piles of things that no longer serve a purpose, it can be overwhelming. The clutter not only limits your mobility around the home, but it can also prevent you from fully enjoying the space you've worked so hard to create. Imagine trying to navigate through a cluttered living room filled with boxes, stacks of magazines, or unused furniture. The constant sight of things you no longer use can weigh you down mentally, too. It's as if the clutter clings to your thoughts, making it harder to focus on what really matters. Letting go of these unused possessions can free up space, not just in your home, but in your mind as well. As you begin to simplify, you might even discover that the space becomes more inviting, allowing for more relaxation and peace of mind. One of the most joyful aspects of decluttering is the opportunity to pass down meaningful items to loved ones. While it may feel difficult to part with belongings that hold sentimental value, think of it as a gift to future generations. By sharing family heirlooms or cherished keepsakes, you give them new life and help preserve memories that can be appreciated by others. It's a beautiful way to leave a legacy, ensuring that treasured items continue to hold meaning long after you let go of them. Decluttering also has profound effects on mental well-being. Studies have shown that living in a clutter-free environment can significantly reduce stress and anxiety. According to research, clutter can contribute to feelings of being overwhelmed, as it creates a constant visual reminder of tasks that are left unfinished. A tidy, organized space, on the other hand, helps promote a sense of calm and control. For seniors, having a clean and organized home can boost mood and improve overall mental health, allowing them to enjoy their surroundings without unnecessary distractions. Ultimately, letting go of excess possessions is about creating a space that serves you in the present, not the past. It's an opportunity to refresh your environment, lighten your load, and foster a sense of peace. So, whether it's sorting through old clothes, donating unused kitchenware, or simplifying your living space, embracing a clutter-free home is a step toward a more joyful and stress-free life. Thing number 3. Holding on to regrets. As we grow older, many of us inevitably look back at our lives and reflect on the choices we've made. Regret can be a powerful emotion, often lingering in the background, making us question what we could have done differently. Common regrets in later years include things like not spending enough time with loved ones, not pursuing passions or dreams, or even holding on to past mistakes. While regret is a natural part of the human experience, holding on to it for too long can have a detrimental effect on our emotional well-being. It keeps us anchored in the past, preventing us from fully embracing the present moment and the opportunities ahead. The impact of regret on emotional health can be profound. When we dwell on past mistakes, we inadvertently allow them to shape our current mindset. This can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, or even anger, making it harder to find peace and joy. Regret can rob us of our mental clarity, leaving us with an overwhelming sense of what could have been instead of focusing on what still can be. But the truth is, we cannot change the past. What we can change, however, is how we approach it moving forward. One simple mindset shift that can help release the grip of regret is this: learn from the past, but don't live in it. This means acknowledging the lessons that regret can teach us, without letting it define who we are today. The mistakes and missed opportunities we've had are part of our journey, but they do not have to dictate our happiness. By letting go of the weight of regret, we allow ourselves to step into the present moment with a sense of freedom and optimism. A powerful way to replace regret with appreciation is by practicing gratitude. Take a moment each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for, no matter how small they may seem. Whether it's the warmth of the sun, a kind gesture from a friend, or a fond memory, focusing on gratitude shifts our attention away from what we didn't do to what we have now. Start by writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day, and notice how it changes your perspective over time. This practice will rewire your brain to focus on the positive, diminishing the grip that regret has on your emotions. By replacing regret with gratitude, you create space for personal growth and peace. Rather than seeing the past as a source of sorrow, you begin to see it as a chapter in your life that has contributed to the person you've become. As you embrace this new mindset, you'll find that your emotional health improves, leaving you with more room to appreciate the beauty and blessings in your present life. Thing number 4. Toxic relationships. As we grow older, we may find ourselves surrounded by relationships that no longer serve us well. While some relationships bring joy, support, and positive energy, Others can drain us, leaving us feeling emotionally exhausted or even conflicted. These toxic relationships, whether with family, friends, or acquaintances, can negatively impact our mental and emotional health. The energy spent trying to navigate these unhealthy dynamics could be better invested in connections that uplift and nurture us rather than leave us feeling drained and misunderstood. One example is a relationship with a family member who constantly criticizes or belittles you. It might be a parent, a sibling, or even a child who doesn't respect your boundaries or dismisses your feelings. While family is often seen as a pillar of support, some family members may inadvertently or purposefully bring negativity into your life. Setting boundaries with such individuals is crucial for your well-being. For example, if a family member consistently makes hurtful comments, you can politely but firmly state that such behavior is not acceptable and that you will limit contact if the behavior continues. This is a difficult but empowering step that protects your emotional health and creates space for more positive interactions. It's not always easy to set boundaries, especially with family, because of societal expectations around loyalty and sacrifice. However, it's important to remember that you have the right to protect your peace and prioritize your mental health. Setting boundaries might include limiting the time you spend with negative people, refusing to engage in conversations that lead to conflict, even ending toxic relationships altogether if necessary. By doing this, you're giving yourself the opportunity to nurture relationships that are loving, supportive, and respectful. Rather than focusing on the people who bring you down, shift your attention to the positive, supportive connections in your life. Surround yourself with people who make you feel heard, valued, and appreciated. These might be friends who have stood the test of time, new relationships with like-minded individuals, or even groups that share common interests. Healthy relationships not only enhance your emotional health, but also improve your physical well-being. Studies have shown that positive social connections can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and increase overall happiness. By investing in these relationships, you're not just nurturing your emotional well-being, you're also taking care of your body. As you let go of toxic relationships and make room for positive connections, you'll find that your energy and outlook on life will shift dramatically. Life is too short to spend time with people who undermine your happiness. Focus on those who encourage your growth and celebrate who you truly are. As you surround yourself with love and support, you'll begin to feel lighter, more confident, and at peace with the relationships you choose to keep. Thing number 5, fear of change. As we age, many of us develop comfort in routine, and any shift in that routine can be met with resistance, particularly when it involves technology, new habits, or lifestyle changes. The fear of change is a common experience for seniors, as many feel overwhelmed by the rapid pace of advancements in technology or the need to adapt to a different way of living. Whether it's learning to use a smartphone, adjusting to a new living situation, or adopting healthier habits, the unknown can feel intimidating. However, clinging to outdated ways of thinking or doing things can limit growth and hold us back from the benefits that change can bring. Take the story of George, a 74-year-old man who for years resisted using a smartphone. He was perfectly content with his old flip phone and felt no need to upgrade. But after a conversation with his daughter, George realized that embracing technology would help him stay connected with his grandchildren, keep up with current events, and even access health resources. At first, George was apprehensive, but he decided to take the plunge. With some guidance, he learned to navigate his new device, and the results were life-changing. Not only did he enjoy video chats with his grandkids, but he also started using health apps that kept track of his physical activity and medication. By embracing change, George opened himself up to a world of new opportunities and experiences, proving that it's never too late to adapt. This story is a powerful reminder that change doesn't have to be feared. It can be embraced. The key is to approach it with curiosity and a willingness to learn. Whether it's technology, lifestyle shifts, or trying new activities, staying open to change is essential for maintaining a sense of independence and vitality. As we age, our bodies and minds may change, but our ability to adapt can keep us engaged with life, preventing feelings of stagnation and boredom. Change can breathe new life into our routines and encourage personal growth, which is a crucial part of staying young at heart. Curiosity is a powerful tool when it comes to embracing change. Instead of fearing the unknown, approach it as an opportunity to explore, learn, and evolve. For example, learning to cook a new recipe, trying out a new hobby like painting or yoga, or even getting involved in online communities can provide a sense of purpose and excitement. Studies have shown that those who remain curious and adaptable throughout their lives tend to live longer, healthier lives. Embracing change allows us to stay mentally sharp, socially engaged, and physically active, all of which contribute to longevity. So the next time you're faced with a change, whether it's technology, habits, or lifestyle, try to replace fear with curiosity. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or, how can this make my life better? The willingness to adapt, explore, and grow is one of the most powerful ways to continue thriving after 70. Change can be daunting, but it's also an invitation to live a fuller, more enriched life. Embrace it and watch as it opens new doors to experiences, relationships, and opportunities you never imagined. Thing number 6. Guilt over putting yourself first. As we age, many seniors find themselves in the role of caregiver, putting the needs of family members, friends, or even pets ahead of their own. It's natural to want to help others, but sometimes this can come at the expense of personal well-being. The problem is that when we constantly prioritize others, we can forget to take care of ourselves. Guilt often creeps in when it feels like focusing on our own needs might be selfish. But the reality is that neglecting self-care can lead to burnout, exhaustion, and even illness. Without taking time for yourself, you're not able to be your best for the people you care about. It's important to reframe the idea of self-care as a necessity, not a luxury. Think of it like this: you can't pour from an empty cup. If you don't prioritize your own health and happiness, you'll eventually have nothing left to give to others. Taking care of yourself isn't an act of selfishness. It's a way to ensure that you're physically, emotionally, and mentally equipped to support those around you. When you're healthy, rested, and fulfilled, you're much more capable of showing up for the people who need you. Putting yourself first doesn't always mean making huge changes. It can be as simple as carving out time each day to do something that brings you joy or peace. It could be as small as taking a walk in nature, reading a book, or enjoying a warm cup of tea in silence. Even 5 minutes of quiet reflection or meditation can make a world of difference in your mood and energy levels. Don't underestimate the power of small moments of self-care. They can add up and have a significant impact on your overall well-being. Another simple way to put your personal well-being first is to set clear boundaries. Saying no when you need to is an essential part of self-care. If you're feeling overwhelmed or stretched too thin, it's okay to politely decline requests or ask for help. You don't need to feel guilty for not always being available to others. By setting boundaries, you create space to focus on what truly matters to you, and this can actually improve your relationships by fostering a healthier, more balanced dynamic. Remember, self-care doesn't have to be complicated or extravagant. It's about recognizing that your needs are important and deserve attention, just like anyone else's. So, whether it's taking a moment for yourself each day or setting boundaries with others, putting your well-being first is key to living a fulfilled and sustainable life. Let go of the guilt and give yourself permission to prioritize your health and happiness. You deserve it. Thing number 7. the past version of yourself. As we age, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to our younger selves. We might look in the mirror and long for the energy, appearance, or abilities we had in our youth. This constant comparison can lead to frustration and even disappointment, as we may feel we've lost something important. But here's the truth. Your younger self was just one version of you. You've grown, evolved, and gained wisdom since then. It's time to let go of that idealized image and embrace the person you are now, because who you are today is just as valuable, if not more so, than who you were in the past. Rather than wishing for the body you once had, or trying to measure up to the standards of your youth, start embracing aging with grace. Aging isn't a decline, it's an opportunity for growth. With each passing year, we accumulate knowledge, experiences, and insights that make us wiser and more capable. Rather than focusing on the things you've lost, think about the wisdom, patience, and resilience you've gained over the years. Embrace the physical changes with self-compassion and remind yourself that aging is a beautiful, natural part of life. Every wrinkle, every gray hair is a testament to the life you've lived. This shift in perspective can help you let go of the unrealistic expectations of your younger self and replace them with a mindset of growth. Rather than just aging, you are growing, evolving into the best version of yourself at this stage of life. You've learned to weather challenges, build meaningful relationships, and appreciate the little things. You've gained strength in ways your younger self could never have imagined. Aging is a privilege, not a punishment, and with it comes a new chapter of life to be embraced. To encourage this shift, try focusing on what you've gained rather than what you've lost. Reflect on how much you've learned over the years, the new perspectives you've gained, and the ways you've adapted to life's changes. You might even want to write down the lessons you've learned from your experiences. This exercise will remind you that every year brings something new, something worth celebrating. When you focus on growth, you see aging as an exciting journey rather than something to fear or resist. As you continue to age, remember that you are not the same person you were in your younger years, and that's something to be proud of. Let go of comparing yourself to your past self, and instead embrace the person you've become. By accepting where you are now, you open yourself up to the beauty and potential of the future. Growing, not just aging, is the key to living a fulfilling, joyful life at any age. Thing number 8, worrying about the future. It's natural to think about the future, especially as we age. We might worry about our health, finances, or what lies ahead in our later years. But constantly overthinking the future can steal the joy from the present moment. The truth is, no matter how much we worry or plan, the future is unpredictable, and most of the things we stress about never happen. Focusing too much on what's coming next can prevent us from fully experiencing and appreciating what's happening now. It's time to let go of that anxiety about the unknown and learn to be more present in the moment. One of the best ways to counteract the habit of worrying about the future is through mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we become more aware of our surroundings, our feelings, and our thoughts, without getting lost in them. This simple practice helps to reduce stress, calm our minds, and bring us back to the present. By focusing on the here and now, we can let go of the constant need to predict or control what's to come. Instead of worrying about what might happen in the future, we learn to enjoy the beauty and serenity of today. To incorporate mindfulness into your life, try this simple technique. Set aside 5 minutes each day to practice breathing. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Inhale slowly and deeply, then exhale. If your mind starts to wander to future worries, gently bring your attention back to your breath. This technique may seem simple, but it can be incredibly effective in calming your thoughts and reducing anxiety. Over time, you'll find that practicing mindfulness helps you feel more grounded and connected to the present moment. In addition to mindfulness, it's helpful to remind yourself that most of the things we worry about never come to pass. We often imagine worst-case scenarios in our minds, but in reality, the future is full of uncertainty and opportunity. By worrying, we waste energy and rob ourselves of precious moments. Instead, we can focus on taking small steps to prepare for the future without letting anxiety dominate our thoughts. We can make plans, but we don't have to live in fear of what's ahead. Living in the present frees us to appreciate the beauty of the now and experience life more fully. Letting go of worrying about the future allows us to embrace the present with peace and joy. Life is happening right now, and there's so much to appreciate in the here and now. By practicing mindfulness and staying focused on the present moment, we not only reduce anxiety but also enrich our lives with greater happiness and contentment. So take a deep breath, let go of those worries, and start living fully in the moment. The future will take care of itself. Conclusion. As we wrap up today's video, remember that letting go of these 8 things can truly open up space for a more peaceful, fulfilling life. Aging is not about holding on to what no longer serves us. It's about embracing the present and making room for growth, joy, and self-compassion. I hope these insights inspire you to let go and live with more ease. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below with a 9 if you're ready to let go and embrace a more fulfilling life, or a 0 if you think there's still work to be done. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who could use a little inspiration. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.